You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, you are listening. You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the new. I'm your host, Randy&April. Today we have a special guest coming on. I'm trying to get him squared away, so I'll be right back as I get that taken care of. And keep it locked right here. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Sorry about that, folks. Technology, technical difficulties. You know how it is when you're doing a live production. Anyways, welcome to the new. Once again, I'm your host, Randy Perham. Today is Red Friday. Of course, every Friday is Red Friday. RED Fridays. We do this to men and women who are serving our nation overseas and not at home with their loved ones in defense of our nation, our freedoms, and everything else. So we salute you as always. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your service to our country. This week, I had a sleep study done on Tuesday, and man, I would tell you that was an experience like no other. But I had fun, and I didn't get any sleep that night. So I don't know how they hook you up with all these wires and tell you to try to sleep. Yeah, it just didn't work out in my favor. But anyways, coming to you today, we got a special guest named Terry Johnson. He's I will read his bio here in a second, but he's on the line right now, standing by. So we will jump to a short commercial break, and then we'll come back and get started. So keep it locked right here. Thank you for tuning in once again. We'll be right back.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.
Alexa, help me find the best in urban conservative news, talk, and movies. Okay, Alexa, we found it.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So Terry Johnson, a natural fit for being a leader in any opportunity. Terry Johnson is someone who truly understands how to achieve success. With a strong resume of experience as an independent entrepreneur, Terry is uniquely qualified to lead his organization of business owners called the Synergy Group. Terry started his organization back in December of 2010 and quickly put his leadership skills and operational savvy to work. With that effort, Terry himself through his abilities as a trainer and sales leader by achieving leadership in a few short months of partnering with and expanding opportunity and starting his organization. Prior to his involvement in the current opportunity, Terry applied his entrepreneurial skills in the area of real estate investing in the Virginia markets, as well as several other successful businesses. Terry takes it. Terry states, excuse me, it takes hard work, dedication, and consistency to be successful. Terry also states that with the right blend of leadership and mentorship, anyone can learn the skill sets and mindsets needed to reach a worthy goal. I could not agree more. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I now introduce to you all Terry Johnson.
Thank you, Randy. I'm really excited to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you again. Thank you for inviting me for your show, and I'm happy to share a little bit of know-how I have with your audience here. I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome, awesome. Glad to have you on. It's a total
Hello.
pleasure. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay.
On my end, it may be my end connection here. The weather's not all too great. It's a little choppy, but it's probably on my end.
Okay. Perfect. More about yourself. Where are you located at and all that good stuff?
So right now, we're in a very small town called Elkton, Maryland. It might as well be Delaware. After I'd gotten out of the military, we had moved over to Pennsylvania, and I went to school out there, and we moved my family down to the Newark, Delaware area, and from there we kind of transitioned over to Elkton. But I'll tell you, Randy, Elkton is so small that if the state of Maryland were to say, you know what, we don't even want you anymore, Delaware Maryland wouldn't miss it. Our whole life is still in Delaware. We're like right on the border, a little small town called Elkton, Maryland.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I used to live in Maryland a few years back, and
Hmm.
Maryland actually tricks you as to when you cross state lines and what have you. So I totally understand going into the Delaware area because I went up there to Dover Air Force Base at the time,
Okay.
and I didn't realize that I had already crossed into Delaware. It was like just a matter of minutes. I was like, oh, I'm already in Delaware.
I
Okay,
know it'll sneak
GPS
up
had to
on you.
tell
You're
me.
right. That's a great word. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
No, I said it sneaks up on you. You're not paying attention. Yeah.
Indeed, it does. Indeed, it does.
So Terry, tell us about the Synergy Group.
So the Synergy Group is, as you read there in the bio, is an organization that put together of entrepreneurs. It started in the network marketing arena first. It came out, and what I wanted to do a group of like-minded individuals that where bond was so strong that it would transition, opportunity we were involved with. My primary excuse me, was to help people who didn't have a lot of business experience start small like that marketing, and then give them some other skill sets so that they can transition into more traditional roles of business or have other streams of income coming in besides the opportunity we were engaged in at the time. So that was the concept of the Synergy Group. We're still going strong. This year was supposed to be the year we were supposed to kind of get into some community outreach. I wanted to add that into the fold, but COVID kind of put a roadblock up against that particular goal, as well as it did for a lot of people around the country. COVID was something historically something to deal with, and we're dealing with it now. So that's the next chapter of the Synergy Group to get into the outreach. But initially, it was just to bring together entrepreneurs, people who've never had entrepreneur experience, and give them some skill sets and mindsets needed to transition into other more traditional streams of income.
Hmm. Awesome. Awesome. How many people are within within the organization?
Within the synergy group right now, a little over 4,000.
Oh wow.
We're going to grow. People come and go all the time, and but
Hmm.
for the core base of people who actually stay, that I actually have a direct influence on and helping them grow, uh, closer to 3,000. Closer to 3,000 that we actually communicate with, and they have different projects, various projects going on across the country.
Wow, that's awesome. That is amazing. And so, with the synergy group and expand working with different organizations, like the mainstream organizations, like say Apple or uh, Viacom. What are your? I guess the better question would be, what would be your 5 year goal?
My 5-year goal, quite honestly, would be to continue on and move into commercial real estate. Quite honest, even though we started with network marketing, as I stated, I wanted to transition from that and fund other income opportunities. And real estate has always been a passion of mine. So beyond the rental properties, I want to get into commercial real estate and more community outreach. I want to move into some underprivileged neighborhoods and teach finance and do real estate in those types of communities. So that would be my 5-year goal. I definitely want to have that, and I'm working towards that now. Again, just with the onset of COVID, kind of slowed things down a little bit, but that's where we're headed.
Okay, that's awesome. That's like super phenomenal. The So what does it take for one aspiring entrepreneur to become a member of the Synergy Group? What qualities and attributes are you looking for as an owner, and to bringing somebody into your fold?
So everyone who's part of the Synergy Group right now are directly tied to the opportunity, and that is the network marketing opportunity. The type of person that we're looking for, I would say, just an average person with above average dreams and desires that has the ability to learn and who's not afraid of hard work. I know that's very broad, as far as picking a certain type of individual to work with, but those are the qualities that I'm looking for. Do they have the ability to learn? And are they willing to put in some work and take direction? That's really about it. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, that is awesome. That's actually perfect. Wow, I mean, 3,000 member team spanning across the United States, branching out into the real estate industry here in the next few years, and you're doing amazing things. What piece of advice would you give to that young knucklehead that's just coming out of high school, or just
I'm
graduated
glad you
college?
said a young knucklehead. No,
Huh?
hear me, brother. I understand. When I was 18 is when I got introduced to the network marketing opportunity. The first company we were with, I'll keep that aside. But I had a lot of fun in that opportunity. And we didn't make a whole lot of money, but it was a lot of fun, a lot of learning. I learned about personal development and what have you. So, any advice that I could give a young knucklehead, because I was one myself, brother, coming out of high school, 18, I say find something that you're passionate about and go learn everything you need to learn about it, but find a mentor. I truly believe that if I would have had a mentor at 18, 19 years old coming into the business space, I would have been light years ahead of where I am right now. But I didn't have that available to me. And I didn't have the wherewithal to go out and try to find a mentor. I didn't know this was something that you needed to have. I said, you know what, I can read. I'll just go figure it out on my own. I didn't know that the steps I should take were to find someone who already has fruit hanging from the tree, or find a network of people who are all pulling in the same direction and go that route to learn everything I needed to learn about the field I was trying to get into, which was, network marketing and being an entrepreneur. A little bit of real estate at that time also, but you know, definitely the advice that I share right now when I have 18 and 19-year-olds join our fold in our organization. I say, lock arms with what we're teaching here, because beyond network marketing, uh, there are some skill sets that are transitional into traditions. And I truly believe that you haven't made it in network marketing until you no longer need the monthly residual check that's coming in, because anything can happen to an opportunity. Businesses come and go, whether that's network marketing or traditional business, and you need to have skill sets to where you can hit ground zero and build something up from scratch because of all the skills that you've learned. So transitional skills, definitely. That's what I'm looking for. Uh, that's what I'm looking for as far as being able to move from one opportunity to the next should something happen. You always have to be ready. But that's what I would share with a young 18, 19-year-old knucklehead, as you put it. Again, I was one myself.
Awesome, awesome, outstanding. I'm gonna take you off screen briefly because I
Okay.
actually want to you caveated on something where I want to caveat on something you said there because I too was a knucklehead at 18. At 18, coming out of the high school, I got married super young. I had just
Really?
literally just turned 18, and my ex-wife now, but wife at the time, she was 17. We was both still seniors in high
Mm-hmm.
school, but we graduated high school early, and so we graduated ahead of our class. The class graduated in June. We actually graduated in January, and we went back
Okay.
to I want to say it was like May or something like that time frame for our prom, married as a married couple. So that
Wow.
was an
That was
interesting
young.
journey. But being 18, Terry, I was all over the place. You know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I had a baby on the way, newly married.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wanted to go to college, but I was already enlisted to go into the military. I was in what was called the delayed entry program, going into the army, and so but
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't for another few months, and I didn't know what to expect from that, and I was like, okay, me dabble around on some things until till something solid came along. And so when I did that, I got into network marketing myself. And my first company was it's long gone now, collapsed. Like you mentioned, it was Excel Communications, and so I was
I'm familiar.
selling, yeah, selling phone plans. And back then, the internet was this new phenomenon in '98, and so I was doing that for a while, and next thing you know, I was bringing in a couple of $100 a week, and all of a sudden the company just went away. I woke up one morning to go to log in, and it was just a little the little wheel bar going, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I called
Mm-hmm.
upline. Oh, the email, the company's gone. They don't exist anymore. I'm like, what? And so I finally got into the military, and long story short, I but a few years back, I wrote a book just for these young knuckleheads. I knew what I was going through. You knew what you were going through, and I wanted to prevent people from going through what it is unnecessarily. From a mentor
Mm-hmm.
standpoint, going through the things, the hiccups in life that we book. It's called The New You, based on the show as well. Now equipped with wisdom, and it's geared for those youngsters that are coming out of high school or out of college, and they're still trying to figure out which direction they want to go. Whether they want to go into the military service or they want to pursue, civilian career. And so it kind of gives them a roadmap of things to
Mm-hmm.
think about and look out for,
Mm-hmm.
as they make those decisions as they progress through life. And my son's calling me right now because he's broke down the side of the road, and I told him to figure it out. So he's blowing me.
You're gonna be all right.
But Terry, I just want to caveat on that because you and I have quite similar backgrounds with being 18 and
Mm-hmm.
knuckleheads, trying to figure things out in life. And
Absolutely.
so I'm we're gonna jump to a short commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, and when we come back, I'm gonna put Terry in the hot seat, and we're gonna talk about
That's okay. Go ahead.
the, 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 the political life of being being a businessman and everything else. So keep it locked right here, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen. We'll be right back.
I like the hot seat. Let's do it.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com. You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.
Break. Today we're not doing our normal extended music break because we have special guest Terry Johnson with us, and I wanted to maximize the time uh, with him on our show today, and I truly am appreciative of him taking time out of his super tremendously busy schedule. Y'all think I'm busy? This guy is busy. he, I'm taking a nap compared to what he's doing in life. So, but I want to bring him back on, and we're going to discuss outside of media awareness, outside of, because I'm sure being a big man that he is, he probably doesn't really follow what's going on in the media, anyways. So I'm gonna ask him a series of questions. He doesn't know what I'm gonna ask him, so and I did it intentionally.
That's okay.
So that way he has to say what's on his heart and not be politically correct like I have. But no, seriously.
Bring it on.
But seriously, no. I'm gonna ask him a series of questions to get a from a real person out there in the real world to get the actual temperature of what's going on in society from his perspective. Because a lot of times what we see in media is not the real thing. It's spun, you know, or the right person going on from a real person that's not being influenced, that's not being scripted or anything else like that. It's, hey, how do you feel and what do you think outside of media influence? So here's Terry without further ado.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, welcome back, Terry. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there was a little glitch there. That's okay. Technology. I think Russia is playing with us today. Pretty
Russia.
glad.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. A little bit of a glitch there. That's fine. Anytime you deal with technology is bound to be a little glitches or hiccups in there now and then.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead. I'm ready. You said you put me in a hot seat. I'm ready. What you got?
Yep. It's a small hot seat. I just want to know, how has COVID-19 affected your
Hmm.
business, whether from a both from a positive and from a negative standpoint?
Okay. Let's do. Let's see if I can think of anything negative affecting my business. Uh, it's a very good question. I'm trying to search negative because being that we're in the home base arena, there's been lots more people who are open to the idea of generating a secondary income from home, and that
Mm-hmm.
just kind of falls in line with what we do as professional network marketers. So I'm really looking for something negative,
Has
uh,
it has it been
business wise.
difficult? You know, has it been difficult to meet with people in person to
Okay,
go over things and what have you, or
fair enough.
just phones?
No, no. To be honest with you, no, it really hasn't.
Okay.
We weren't really meeting with a lot of people face to face. Generally speaking, it wasn't really something that we were doing. I know, hence the term network marketing, but I wasn't really out going into a lot of different events, quote unquote, trying to bump into or meet people. A lot of what we do is online and personal relationships. So with the advent of Zoom and platforms that you join today with this platform that we're on right now, we've been able to carry on like without missing a beat. Uh, as far as how we do business. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I,
Excellent.
I, I'm Randy. I really can't think of anything negative to say
Oh,
uh,
okay.
as
That's
far as
perfectly
how
fine.
COVID has impacted our business.
That's a good thing. That's a good
You
thing
know,
that
on the other hand,
that from a yeah from a business point that despite the ups and downs that we have seen in the media with COVID and still do and still be able to has protesting, or I would say rioting, not so much the peaceful protesting, but the actual rioting, has that affected anything with your business or in your community?
so within the community, lots of communities, not just where located at. Um, the rioting has definitely hurt some friends of mine who have some traditional brick and mortar businesses, uh, and this is unscripted, right? So I'm just going
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
ahead
yeah.
and speak it. I'm actually about it, because and I'm torn also. Not to get
Mm-hmm.
off topic here, is you know, I'm angry that there's rioting and looting going on because I don't believe that those two things are a way to solve any problem. They're unrelated. I feel like they're the message that they're putting across as far as stop treating us like animals. Uh, and when I see rioting and looting, I was like, well, you're kind of adding and perpetuating the stereotype by doing these things. It's not helping. And you're hurting hardworking people who put a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears into the establishments that they have. And it hurts. I I know a couple who put their life savings into an establishment and it's gone. All of it. The insurance wasn't enough. They're out of business now of the rioting and looting. And these are good, honest, hardworking people, and it hurts to see that. So, as far as the communities, yes, the rioting and looting has definitely affected communities, and I'm angry about it. I don't have an answer as far as how to fix that. I I'm not a very political person. I try not to watch the news actually because there's just so much negative, and
Yeah.
part of what I do, centers around being positive all the time. Not to easy or corny, but that's just what it is.
Right.
And
Right.
but it makes me angry to see this, and hurt a lot of community. And as far as business, some people, I would say, in the right headspace to take advantage of the opportunity that's presented to them when they're worried about where their next meal is coming from, or how they're going to keep a roof over their head, because they can't sustain the traditional business model that they actually have. So, patrons aren't coming to the establishment anymore because everyone had to stay home. It's good to see things opening back up again, but there's been a lot of people hurt by this, and my heart definitely goes out to them because that was their main sole source of income. So yes, it has definitely affected the community.
Wow. Yeah, it is a shame to see. And I got a couple of friends out in Chicago that lost their business
Hmm.
temporarily. They plan to rebuild, but in the interim, they it's been impacted, and they're afraid to, I guess you say, speak out about these issues and to show their anger and frustration. So they kind of just play it off as, well, this is what we have to do, to get the message across. It's but yeah, but no, but now you're impacted personally, and you lost money out on something that not only your business did not have anything to do with, but also the community did not have anything to do with what the source of the problem is in the first place. So don't sit there and pat them on the back for destroying your business. You need to speak out and say, hey, what are you doing? This is not the right thing to
Absolutely.
do. But that's the times we live in. I guess we all have to be kind of careful on how we tread waters. But outside of the media, what is your assessment of race relations in America? Like your day to day, from your day to day going about life, and you interact with people and everything else. What is the temperature for you in this environment?
So I'm not naive enough to believe that racism does exist. That'd be an unwise statement for me to make. But I can tell you, as I sit here as a black man and a black conservative, I realize that there are obstacles and challenges. But my father sat down with me when we were young, when I was young, excuse me, and said that in spite of the way you look, you can still achieve greatness here in this country. I truly believe this is a great in the free world. That I wouldn't want to be a black man anywhere else than here in America. So as I go out and I live day to day, I'm cautious. Certain things that I can and can't say in my environment, but depending on what environment I'm in, but I don't let that distract me from doing the things that I need to do. I don't believe that uh, racism is rampant in this country. The country still have some things that need to be worked on. Yes, absolutely. Is the United States a racist country? No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe this is a racist country. I believe that there are what's the word I'm looking for? Let me just go back to saying there are things that certainly that need to be worked on. But as a black man in this society, in this country, I wouldn't want to be black anywhere else. I don't believe that um, a black man can't succeed in this country. This is the best place for a black man, in spite of the things that still need to be worked on. So
Right.
I move about freely. I'm socially aware of certain situations that I may not be able to not get away with, move in at a faster rate as someone rate that's maybe someone doesn't that doesn't look like me, but I still have the same opportunities, even if I have to work a little bit harder uh, to
Mm-hmm.
to experience success. I'm still able to experience success.
Right. Yep. I totally agree with you on that one. I totally agree with you on that. We're gonna take a quick pause because I have to pay a bill, and we're gonna come back with Terry Johnson,
Gotta pay the bills,
and
brother. Gotta pay the bills.
we're gonna finish. We're gonna have these the lightning round here. Stay tuned.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.
if you're looking to have some blacksmithing work done of any and all types, check out the Old Emerald Coast Forge. They're located out in Louisiana. You can go to their Facebook page, Old Emerald Coast Forge, or you can check out their Instagram at Old Emerald Coast Forge, and you can put in a request to have any kind of blacksmithing work done, from knives, swords, kitchen knives, rails, railing for your home, furniture, you name it, they can do it. There is no task too tough for Old Emerald Forge. Check them out on Facebook, on Instagram as well. Veteran owned and operated.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.
All right, we're going to bring Terry back on. We're going to finish off this lightning round.
Okay. Go anyway.
You was touching on the social um, I guess say the social atmosphere, that the temperature in society right now. And that was going to actually be my next question to
Hmm.
you is, what is your assessment of the social environment and what's going on right now? And what I mean by the social environment, in like with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, you got right wing organizations taking to the streets and everything. Do you see that kind of stuff going on in your area?
That. Do I see those things going on? Say that one more time.
Yeah. Do you see those things, like the not so much the protesting, but do you see the social energy? I guess that's the better word. The social energy, is that, or do you see that going on in your area? Black Lives Matter, Antifa, right wing organizations, left wing organizations. Do you see any of that going on in your community?
You know what? No, I don't. I've seen certain things across my feed on the phone. I've seen some, banners or bumper stickers on the back of people's vehicles, or something in their front lawn of their home. But I've never seen a march or a gathering of Antifa, or if I even said that correctly, Antifa, or Black Lives Matter. I haven't seen anything like that. And directly here in where I live at, in the little small town of Elkton. How do I feel about Black Lives Matter? Uh, I understand where it came from. I don't appreciate the tactics of the organization. I don't believe the organization speaks for me. Some of their, excuse me, quite a lot of their policies just sound ridiculous to me. Uh, being a black conservative, but um, I do understand the frustration and what they were attempting to do. I wish the leaders of that organization, whoever they may be, since I don't follow the organization, whoever they may be, the leaders of that organization will come out and outwardly denounce whatever these, I guess, splinter cells or factions of the original group are doing. If it's not in line with what they say that their original message is supposed to be, and I'm getting that from feedback that different friends of mine or people in my circle will share with me
Yeah.
about better and what they're doing. And I'll say for certain things that I've heard and seen, and I'll say, well, I don't agree with this, and then I'll hear, well, that's not the whole organization. Okay, well, if it's not the whole organization, whoever is the head of said organization really need to come out and denounce what these bad apples are doing, because I don't appreciate the direction that they've gone. I understand where it came from, but I don't appreciate what they're doing right now. They don't speak for Black Matter, so it does not speak for me.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, and then the social environment. What is your take on the political environment right now, especially in your community with the elections coming up? Has there been any,
Hmm.
not so much, not looking at from a presidential standpoint, but just the local politicians? Are they spurring up any energy right now to sway voters, local voters, to keep them in office, or are
Yeah.
voters saying, you know what, you guys got to go, type of thing?
That last part one more time. Again, the weather's not too good in my area right now. There's a lot of overcast, so the signal's kind of choppy. So I'm sure it's on my end. Can you repeat that one more time?
The political environment locally, outside of removing the presidential
Hmm.
races, the local races, are the
Okay.
candidates are the I guess you could say are the residents in favor of the current occupiers of the local seats, or are they looking to switch them out? How is the
It's
political atmosphere
split.
there?
Fair enough. I got you. So the environment here seems, to me, it seems split. There are definitely people who are for the status quo. They're going to vote for the people who've been in office, for however long they've been there. And then there are people who are trying to get some new blood in there. And what I'm noticing is, I'm just going to, bring this back to being a black conservative. What I'm noticing is there are a lot of us moving into the conservative spaces and running for office.
Mm.
Forgive me, I can't remember the young name, but I'm going to say Baltimore because that's like the next biggest town over, still in Maryland.
Kimberly
I
Klacik.
cannot remember say it one more time.
Kimberly Klacik.
That's it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Young, ambitious, really, calling it how she sees it, and her message is resonating with folks. Myself included. I see it as being split, and it's definitely gearing up with the local ads. The bandit signs are all over the place. The YouTube videos and the commercials are coming out, and I see it being split. I see a lot of us moving away from the Democratic Party and onto other platforms, whether it be Republican or Independent or what have you, and whatever other factions are out there. Um, so yeah, I see it being split. That's the environment that I've seen. That's what's happening socially up this way
Okay. Okay.
from the
So,
local political scene.
yeah, from the local. Yep. So, I take it that you are planning on voting this cycle
Oh my
and
goodness, absolutely.
and being involved in that. So I'm gonna ask you, how do you
Go ahead.
vote? And what I mean by that is, do you look at the
Okay.
candidates? Do you look at policy? Do you look at issues? How what drives
Okay.
your factors for voting?
So uh, post Barack Obama, I have learned to look at candidate. I don't vote. I don't vote. Excuse me, VAR. Vote party line. I vote candidate. And as I'm looking at the national scene and the local scene, uh, more and more of uh, the type of person I am, or excuse me, the policies that I'm voting for in a candidate or looking for in a candidate, which is choosing me to vote, have seemed to have been leading conservative. I wasn't always a conservative. I'm a new conservative. All of this happened post Barack Obama, but I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama for allowing me to get into politics. Because before that, I wasn't into politics at all, and I can't say I'm really well versed in politics. It's just on my radar. It's something I pay attention to now because of my experience with voting for Barack Obama 2 terms. But from that experience of me learning what to look for in a candidate that aligned with more my values, I definitely had to say to myself and come to the realization that I'm a conservative. So I look for that in a candidate. Do their values and policies line up with what it is that I'm trying to accomplish for, my family or the communities that we live in and that eventually will serve.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I vote. I vote policy.
Okay. Okay. Now you say that you're fresh on the block, being a conservative. Welcome to the club.
I am.
I
Thank
know you
you.
got I know you got in your block being called a coon.
Oh my goodness. Uncle Tom, Coon. I've heard them all.
Else by now.
Yeah, I've heard them all.
Yeah, I know nicknames. I was just like, okay, I'll be super coon then, whatever. And they just get mad, whatever.
Super Coon.
Yep. So, but
Yeah.
so what are your views right now, conservatives versus in comparison to black liberals? Like, what made you decide? You know what? I can't. I can't be in this fold any longer. What finally clicked for you?
Okay. Uh, what finally clicked for me? I heard someone say. Again, we're talking. About a year before President Donald Trump got into office, how the Democratic leadership shows up in our communities. They make a bunch of promises and then they disappear after the election. And voted in office, all of the things that they were promising just never came to fruition. And I was like, there's got to be something. Well, excuse me, there is something wrong here. Let me start looking into other spaces. And when I got a hold of some literature and started doing my own research, I said, these conservative policies, I don't believe in abortion. Uh, and I know that as a male, we're not supposed to have any say so in that, but I'm sorry, I truly believe in my heart of hearts that even a crumb is still a piece of bread. So that's something I couldn't align with. I didn't like the liberal standpoint of trying to control my language with all of these nouns and pronouns and what you should call someone. And I didn't want to be involved in that. I believe that, a man is a man, a woman is a woman, boy means boy, and girl means girl. It's been that way since eternity. So I didn't like that. I didn't like uh, the immigration policy. I believe that, a country should have borders, just as sure as everyone wants a front door and, they want to decide who comes into their home. I believe that we should have that right also. So those are just to name a few of things of why I believe I'm conservative. And religion, I'll say this right up front. I'm not very religious at all. I'm spiritual, not very religious, but I do believe that this country was founded on the principles of Judeo-Christian values. So those values have crossed over into mainstream and a part of American culture. I don't believe that those should be erased for a liberal agenda. It's part of our history. So it should stay that way. I don't believe that, just because someone may not believe in, I'm gonna say God, that, that needs to be removed from what made this country what it is today, good, bad, or indifferent. Again, like I said, I don't believe we live in a racist country. But those things need to stay. I didn't like the liberal path. I believe that they have gone so far left to where it's extreme. I don't even recognize Democratic Party anymore. So those are just a few things, that made me lean towards and recognize that I'm conservative. I'm comfortable in that space. And for a long time, Randy, just to be honest with you, a little nervous to actually come out and say, "Hey, listen, guys, I don't really think I'm falling in line with what the family is voting on." So I kept a lot of those opinions to myself. But first, because of what eventually did come true is me being called out. Oh, you're stupid, you're uneducated, you're a coon, you're Uncle Tom, and any of the other names that you can come up with. So for a reason, those are some of the reasons I decided, you know what, I'm going to come out and say who I am, and no one's going to go ahead and silence me. I'm a conservative. I'm proud to be a conservative, and I'm going to start voting for people who share my values. And the more and more I looked, I didn't see anything on the liberal side that represented how I wanted to raise my family and what I want to project as far as myself into the community.
Wow, that was powerful, brother. That was powerful. Kid you not that, because talking with a lot of black men, just
Hmm.
locally across the world, on my travels and things, they all say the same thing. They've all said the same thing, and a lot of them still have not yet converted because they're afraid of the admonishment they would get. So they keep they play both sides of the fence. In
Hmm.
privacy,
Hmm.
they're a conservative. In their everyday, just their affairs, they apply conservatism. But once they're outside and they're amongst their friends, they're as
Hmm.
liberal as they come. They just go extreme left because they're around their friends and families. And I say, you know what? Eventually, the truth is going to come to light. So you might as well embrace who you are and what you are and what you truly believe in, and others will see that in you and say, you know what? I have
Hmm.
no choice but to respect that. and then they eventually, yeah, they're gonna, heckle and call you names in the beginning, but as you stand firm and tall in what you are and who you are, eventually that's gonna stop, and they eventually fall into in line with you because they see you're no longer a sheep, you're now a wolf among the pack.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
I thank you
Speak
for
on it.
that. I thank you for that.
You're
But
welcome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that.
Terry
I
Johnson,
believe that
please
this year.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I truly believe. Remember when President I'm about to say Obama, excuse me, President Trump's first term, everyone was talking about the silent majority. This year, Randy, this election cycle right here,
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that the silent majority is going to be us.
Yes.
There, just like you said, there's a lot of people who are afraid to come out. I'm telling you, I believe it is going to be a landslide victory. With I can't put a number on it. I'm not a pundit or talking head. The number of black voters who are going to swing and for the Republican ticket, President Donald Trump is going to. You think you saw meltdown when President Trump won the election, 4 years ago, or last term. Wait till you see what's about to happen now. I'm not following these polls. All of these polls that had Hillary winning last year, not last year, excuse me, last election cycle, or Bernie is up. Not Bernie. Listen to me. Excuse me. Biden is up right now. I don't believe it. I just truly don't. They're not polling the right people. There are going to be droves of us, people who look like you and me, brothers and sisters, who are going to go out and vote for the man. They're liberal and they're social circle, but when they close the door, they're conservative. And when they go in behind the curtain and pull the lever, punch the button, or write in there, send in their ballot, it is going to be for a conservative ticket. That's what I believe. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Yes, I believe the same thing. And instead of saying the silent majority, it's going to be the silent minorities that's going to come out and rock the boat.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I
I
see
like
it
that
coming.
silent minority. I
Terry,
like that.
Terry, I appreciate you being on today, and it was great. So tell us how we can find you, your website, contact info.
Sure. Uh, sure. Guys, I utilize all of the free platforms. Most of the people who join our inner circle are looking for something more than what they have. So I do utilize a lot of free things. So I use this. It's called Linktree, and you can find me at linktr. That's Tango Romeo .ee /I build leaders. Let me say that again. linktr.ee. That's linktree /I build leaders. And that'll take you to my Facebook page. It'll take you to my LinkedIn page, and you can find out everything you'd ever want to know about little old me.
Johnson coming to us, the founder of the Synergy Group, spent the hour with us, and we truly
Thank you
appreciate
so much, Randy. Appreciate you.
you.
If anyone sees me leaning in on the screen, I'm trying to hear what you're saying. Check on my end.
And God bless. I'll touch base with you after the show.
Bless you. God bless you, Randy. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Yep, no problem. All right, folks, we're at the bottom of the hour here. Actually, we're over the hour. But thank you all for tuning in today. We will be back on with you all on Monday. Uh, yeah, God willing. You can follow me on Twitter at rperm, LinkedIn, you name it. I'm on all the platforms. rperm. If you want to donate to the show, if you want to support, you can cash at me $rperm4 US per him for US. Four, the number four, US. Yeah, all that good stuff. You can pick up my book, The New You, Now Equipped with Wisdom, on Amazon, on ebook, Kindle format there. And check it with you all on Monday. Take care and God bless you all. And have a safe week. And
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com.